what's up guys? So one of the most asked things about bottomless portafilters is that, is it worth getting one when you already have, especially when you already have a regular portafilter, the one with the two spouts, and as well as having a metal piece that that controls the espresso, make sure that the espresso properly flows into your cup. So is it really necessary to get a bottomless portafilter when you already have a regular one? Well, based on my experience on using this portafilter for the past 2 months, a 58mm portafilter for my Rancilio espresso machine, well, it's worth it. It's worth getting a bottomless portafilter with 3 main reasons. So reason number 1 is that a bottomless portafilter is a lot lighter to use and just a whole than a regular portafilter. So this is because that a bottomless one, this part is totally exposed, so it doesn't have the spout, the additional metal covering that adds weight to the portafilter, which is this one right here. So this is what I mean. Like, there is the spout and then there's the extra metal covering that usually adds more weight. So let me just show you exactly, for example, how much lighter a bottomless portafilter can be. So got my weighing scale over here, and then set to 0. And as you can see, the bottomless portafilter weighs 297.5 grams. Okay, so take note of that. It's really, really light. And then, whereas my Rancilio one, it weighs 618.2 grams right here. I'm pretty sure that I'm weighing this correctly. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. But regardless, this thing is a lot heavier than my regular portafilter. Okay, so yeah, that's just pretty much what I mean. That it's a bottomless one is a lot lighter, so it's easier to hold, easier to use, easier to put in the machine, easier to take it out from the machine, things like that. Okay, and then this goes to the second reason of why it's worth getting a bottomless portafilter is that you get to see the extraction happening by using when you use this portafilter, as you get to see the water. What happens when the water passes through the grounds into the little holes over here. So that's really cool. But you can also do this to improve your extraction techniques, particularly through things like seeing channeling, seeing spritzing, things like that. These things can be seen when you use a regular portafilter, even though you can see things like spritzing can be seen with a regular portafilter when the coffee comes out really quickly from the cup, but you can't really see entirely what's happening with the extraction process with a regular portafilter. So that's why it's worth getting a bottomless one to improve your extraction, as well as looking how cool the process is of your water becoming espresso. So yeah. Okay, and then here comes the third reason. The third reason as to why it's worth getting a bottomless portafilter is because that, well, it's easier to clean I think it's easier to clean the espresso machine Grouphead when you use a bottomless portafilter, but I'm not sure this applies to all bottomless portafilters because, well, showing these two portafilters over here, they are kind of different in terms of the basket as well as the design of the portafilters. I mean, even though they are 58mm, but when I use this bottomless portafilter, it leaves much lesser mess on the espresso machine Grouphead, such as just very little coffee smudges after I use this portafilter. Whereas when I use my Rancilio one, it leaves actual clumps of coffee ground residue that's just much messier, that just makes my espresso machine Grouphead much dirtier, things like that. So that's kind of what I mean, that using a bottomless portafilter, it leaves a lesser mess. But then again, I'm not sure if this applies for all bottomless portafilters. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. So let me just show a comparison with the bottomless portafilters over here. But then again, I'm not sure why I'm doing this part in this video, but yeah, let me just show you guys. Okay, so that's just pretty much it as to why it's worth getting a bottomless portafilter, especially if you already have a regular one. So yeah, Thanks for watching this video, and I hope that it's helpful in helping you better decide if you still want to get a bottomless portafilter or not.